Right now, President Trump's long-threatened tariffs against Canada and Mexico are in effect, stirring up a massive trade war with those countries. He also doubled tariffs on Chinese imports. China already hitting back with tariffs of its own on U.S. chicken and other farm products. Eyewitness News reporter Joy Rand here now with a look at the widespread economic impact on everything from global markets to your household budget. Joy.
Mark, this was one of President Trump's biggest campaign promises. He was going to levy massive tariffs, and tonight he followed through on that promise, and the fallout has already begun. When the clock struck midnight in Washington, D.C., 9 p.m. here in California, the trade war began. The U.S. fired the first shot when President Trump levied 25% tariffs on all goods coming in from Canada and Mexico and 20% on Chinese goods.
They can't come in and steal our money and steal our jobs and take our factories and take our businesses and expect not to be punished, and they're being punished by tariffs.
Canada responding immediately, implementing retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods.
We will have a strong, unequivocal, and proportional response as Canadians expect.
We are ready with $155 billion worth of tariffs.
The leader of Ontario going a step further.
If they want to try to annihilate Ontario, I will do everything, including cut off their energy, with a smile on my face. They need to feel the pain. They want to come at us hard, we're going to come back twice as hard.
China promising 15% tariffs on U.S. farm products. Investors, aware of what was happening, got spooked. The Dow tanking as President Trump was speaking today, ending down more than 600 points. These tariffs are paid not by foreign countries, but by companies in America who then pass down the price increases to American consumers. By one estimate, the tariffs will cost an average household an extra $2,000 per year on everything from produce to clothes to electronics. The cost of a new car could spike $3,000. The CEO of Ford predicting long-term, a 25% tariff across the Mexico and Canada borders would blow a hole in the U.S. industry that we've never seen.
It's going to affect a lot of companies. We're going to have to adjust some prices for it.
That was a Republican senator. Democratic Congressman George Whitesides, who serves La Cañada Flint Ridge, says the tariffs will increase the cost of rebuilding homes for the thousands who were affected by the wildfires.
That hurts everyday people, that increases costs. I'm going to fight it. The main thing is that it's not helping everyday people. It's going to hurt those people, and that's a real problem.
President Trump did use tariffs in his first term. Some of them remain in place today, but others turned out to be such a fiasco that Trump was forced to bail out U.S. farmers, paying them $28 billion. If something like that happens again this time, there may not be money left to pay them. The USDA fund used to pay those farmers 7 years ago is now reportedly running low on cash. Jory Rand, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC 7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC 7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.